goal for the day, please?
To understand what a presentation is, how we will be graded, and that we must teach our classmates about weather.
Thank you. So we are going to look at what you need to have in your presentation, how it's going to be graded, and then you're going to have time to work on getting ready to make that presentation today. You're probably not going to be to the point today where you are actually making the presentation, but you're going to be finishing up the research to get those final facts down and getting ready. And then tomorrow you'll really start the work on your presentation. So first, let's start with what's a presentation. A presentation is a speech or a talk where you get up and you tell people about something, where you're teaching someone about the information about what you've researched, right? So you're going to get up in front of people. You usually have something visual to show people as you're presenting. In this case, it might be that you're on camera sharing it, or that you're sharing your screen, depending on what you decide to do. So we are going to work on that today and understanding what you're going to be expected to do as you make your presentation. So a good presentation, these are the things that make up a good presentation. The first one says it's memorable. That means after you walk away, I'm going to think, oh yeah, CJ did a really awesome job. I remember these facts from his presentation. CJ, can you read the next one under that says it's memorable?
Contains graphic images and facts in such a way that they're easy to remember.
Okay, so yeah, that was the thing. That was graphics, images, and facts. Yeah, so it's easy to look at. Sorry, my camera's covering part of it, so I can't tell what's one and what's not. That's my fault. Yeah, so it's got pictures and facts and things that it's easy to remember them for you to present it, and it's easy to remember for the people who are listening. Alejandro, can you read the last one? Teaches the audience.
Teaches the audience about something.
Yeah, it teaches us about something. So when someone walks away from your presentation this time, when you get done and you present it, they should be able to walk away and say, yeah, I learned this about volcanoes, or I learned this about blizzards. It should not be that you get up and you're like, well, blizzards are really cool, and I like blizzards because they're fun, and I like snow, right? You don't want to get up and just tell us your opinions about why you like something. You want to actually teach us the facts about your topic. That's why you've been doing all the research here over these last few days. My page is not loading. So to teach well, there's 4 things you need to do. The first one is you need to know the main ideas and supporting details of your topic and your subtopics. So you need to think about, my subtopic is what causes blizzard. That's the main idea. What do people need to know about it? What are the details I've written down that people need to know? Can someone read the next one? I just read the first one. Clay, can you use the next one about your voice?
Use a exampling voice.
An explaining voice, right? So just how kind of like I'm using that voice right now when I teach you guys, and you can tell I'm explaining to you and giving you information. You want to teach using that explaining voice, right? You have to assume that the person listening to you does not know very much about the topic yet, right? And you're giving them this new information. So you don't want to get up and just talk like this and act like they might know it already. You want to explain to them what you've learned. Use gestures. You guys probably notice, especially maybe not as much virtually, but when I was in the classroom, I talk with my hands a lot. I move my hands. I point to things. I do those kinds of things when I teach. I don't just stand there. If you can see my camera right now, I do not just stand here like this and teach like this the whole time with my hands at my side. I'm not like, oh yeah, you need to use gestures when you're learning. That is crazy to just stand with your hands at your side like this the whole time, right? You talk with your hands, you move your, like to explain what you're doing, right? We all do that when we talk naturally. We should still do it in our presentation. And then the last one says, use a teaching finger to point out charts, illustrations, and diagrams. So if you're showing us, for example, I might be doing it using my pen, right? I might like circle this point or something on the computer. So if you're using something on the computer, you may point with your arrow or something like that. But if you're showing like a poster or a presentation to the background, you might say, and this picture shows, and point to the picture so people can see what it is you're talking about. All things to keep in mind when you're giving a presentation. So that being said, here is what you are going to get graded on when you present to us. Did you say what your topic was? And did you say all 3 of your subtopics plus your facts? That's going to get you 4 out of 4 points. All right, I'm going to get my pen out and show you. So if you want to get 4 out of 4 for your topics and subtopics, you need to tell us your main topic is, for my example, my main topic is droughts. Then I'm going to say my first subtopic is causes of droughts, and I'm going to teach you about causes of droughts. Then I'm going to give you my second subtopic. I'm going to say we also research effects of droughts. Some of the things that droughts can cause are, and explain that, right? So you got to give us your topic, all 3 of your subtopic, plus the facts from your research. Eye contact and voice, to get 4 points for that, you need to be looking at us on the camera. We all do this, right? If I have a presentation and I have written down what I want to say on paper, I might be tempted to just stand here and look at my paper like this the whole time. When I teach, I do not look at a screen the whole time. I'm looking at you guys to see, are they learning it? Are people paying attention? Does it seem like I'm giving them enough information, right? So you want to make sure you're looking at the class, even though we're on Zoom. And you also want to talk in a voice where we can all hear you. You don't want to teach in this voice because it's really hard for people to hear you and focus, right? You want to talk super soft. You want to make sure people can hear you. Exactly. Whoever just said what? I was talking so soft you couldn't hear me, right? So when you're giving the presentation, you want to make sure you're in a loud voice, a presenter's voice where we can hear you. I know some of you guys are quiet, and I know, and when I grade this, if you're somebody who's super quiet, just talking in a normal voice might be that you get a 4 because I can tell that's your presentation voice. But if I can't hear anything you're saying and the class can't hear anything you're saying, then you're not going to get a 4 in that category. The last one is overall presentation. Was it easy for people to understand? Did it look good? Did you have all your facts, right? That's what you're going to need to get a 4. So those are the 3 things you're going to get graded on, all right? And then because this is a presentation from the whole unit, the points are doubled. So let's say you got 4, 8, 12. That's going to be a 24 out of 24 instead of 12 out of 12. We're doubling the points, okay? So you need all those things in your presentation. So you need to think about today 3 things, all right? The first one is, what is it that you're, 4 things, sorry. What are you going to present, right? What is your main topic? What are your subtopics? All right. Let's see. Can you read the second thing you need to think about today? Cynthia.
What information do I still need to gather to be ready?
Yes. So when you go off and work today in reading, you're going to have more time to do your research. So I really want you to look at your research, and I want you to think about, what information do I still need to learn more about? What subtopics do I need to get more information about before I make my presentation? Maybe it's, I'm good on the causes of droughts. I'm really good on the effects of droughts. I need to look more today about where droughts happen. All right. Then number 3, Jonathan, can you read number 3?
How will I present my information?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to have you really think about, what do I want to present to the class and how am I going to present it? Am I going to make a Google slideshow? Am I going to make a poster? What am I going to do? That's tomorrow's lesson. You don't need to worry about that part today yet. And Derek, can you read number 4?
What materials do I need to present tomorrow's lesson?
What materials do I need to present in tomorrow? So tomorrow's lesson, we're also going to talk about what materials. So today you're focusing on, what are you going to present? What is your main topic and 3 subtopics you're going to present? And you're going to focus on, what information do I still need to be ready to present? Okay. So your job today, before you go out and before you do research, I want you to go onto Canvas and I want you to type, number 1, what is your main topic and what are your 3 subtopics? And then I want you to type number 2, what information do I still need to gather to be ready? What information do you still need to research to be ready to make your presentation? And today you are going to have almost an hour to research and get the information you need to present to the class. Understood? So the first thing you're going to do, all right, I'm going to go ahead and open the Canvas page. The first thing you're going to do is click on Monday and click on reading. The assignment is right there. You're going to click on it and you're going to say, I will present, and you're going to tell us, I will present droughts. My 3 subtopics are, and tell us what it is. Then you're going to say, the information I need to gather is blank, and tell us what it is. All right. So I have an example right there. The information I'll present is about droughts. I will teach the class about the causes, effects, and prevention and safety of droughts. Then on the bottom, I have listed the information I still need to gather in order to be ready to is about the prevention and safety of droughts. After gathering more information on this topic, I need to write my last paragraph. All right. So you're going to do that today. And the goal is to make sure you have all of your information that you need for every single subtopic. So your job right now is to go submit the answers to those 2 questions. Okay. Let us know when it's done. And then we'll say, okay, go ahead and start doing your research. All right. So I'm going to mute myself and I want you to just type it in the chat box to me. All right. When you finish the assignment, just say, I finished. I'm going to say, okay, you may go ahead and work on your research today. Okay. And then Miss Weibel and I will take people and help them with research after everybody's ready to do that. Okay. Go ahead and open that assignment and get working. I'm going to stop sharing and open my chat box so I can see when you guys let us know you finished it.